All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. This is season 3, episode 7 of our Dear Founder Startup Building series on YouTube. This particular one is the ending part of the previous one. So it's a concluding part of the episode 6 that we did. So if you notice, we have already filled out, if I may annotate, we've already filled out this section, okay? Don't worry, I'll clear it up now, okay? We've already filled out that section. And then we want to fill out this left-hand side now. So in a nutshell, without much further ado, let's get cracking. If you want to answer any questions about how we feel about what the business model canvas is, you need to refer to episode 5 of season 3. If you have any questions around how we arrived at all of these answers here, you will need to refer to episode 6. And then this last episode, we'll talk about the left-hand side of the business model canvas. So we will get started now. Now, like we said previously, there's an invisible line somewhere, along this pink border between what's called the right-hand side and the left-hand side, the front end and the back end, okay? Each one of them answers different questions. The key question that is answered, which we did on the right-hand side, is, dear founder, how is this business going to make money? And that question is answered here. Okay, so now it's an estimate, right? But at least we think that this is a 1.3 billion naira revenue business per annum. This is our opinion. This is our thoughts. This is our projection, our estimated projection. It can be subject to critique. It can be subject to debate. We can revise it as we learn new things about the market. But this is our estimate. Now, the other part, the other half of the document, the pink side, is called the left-hand side, called backend, answers the complementary question to that, which is, oh, you think you can make 1.37 billion. Okay, I hear you, I probably believe you, but what are the things you need to have in place in order to create this much value, in order to generate 1.3 billion naira in revenue, okay? And that's the key question that the left-hand side is answering, and that's what we're about to do. So in a way, it kind of says, in every business, there is a front end, which is the part of the business where the customers interact with, the part of the business that interfaces with customers, that does all of that marketing, customer service, sales, point of sale, after sales service, all of that deals and interacts with customers. That's the front end of every business. For that front end to function properly, every business also needs what's called a back end, right? Because for you to sell the products that will bring in the revenue, somebody is creating or is assembling or is polishing those products in the back end. So there are a set of activities going on. There is a set of resources that is required for those activities to happen. There are a set of key partnerships that you must have secured, and so on and so forth. So those are the things we want to explore now. So without much further ado, let's look at the key activities section. Under the key activities section, now, you don't necessarily need to keep on thinking in terms of our segmentation. The segmentation was just for the right-hand side. So here you just think, for a typical renewable energy service, for a typical company that sells renewable energy products, okay, what are their key activities? So, hey guys, mics on, hot mics. What are the key activities? We already know that there's some kind of sales activity. There's some kind of marketing activity. Some people put them together, okay.
What about the production phase?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. I just wanted somebody else to say it. So this assumes, so there's an assumption here when we put production that this company actually producing or manufacturing the products that it sells. That is one possibility. There's also the possibility that this company is going to be assembling. Okay, so maybe it's not manufacturing them, it's assembling them from somewhere. Or there's the third possibility that is just importing them from somewhere. Okay, so let's just assume that we are producing. So that's production. Okay, what other activity does this company need to perform?
Logistics, moving it from production point to whether working or whatever.
Okay, so first of all, I think that there's two types of logistics, but we'll not go into those details just for this session. There's in-factory or in-process logistics, which is kind of like transportation, right? So you want to move from one division of your facility to another division, from the warehouse proper to the factory proper, from the factory proper to the warehouse, outbound warehouse proper, that kind of stuff. Then there's also logistics for delivery. So we said earlier that some customers may like home delivery, right? You also want to think about that. So let's just keep going. What's next? Any other type of activity that is required?
I would say customer service.
Customer service, thank you. Any other? I can think of one.
Can customer service fall under after sales service? Because there might be issues with products and customers might want to, have problems or return or remake or remodel or something.
Yes, it does fall under it. So are you suggesting that we should change customer service to after? Customer service would be a superset, and after sales, customer service would be a subset of after sales?
Yes, because during sales and marketing, there's some sort of customer service action going on there. But after sales service is kind of different from that first interaction with your customers.
I hear you. I think, and to be clear, just to be clear, I think that those are two separate activities. So there's the one that occurs during the sale, and then there's the one that occurs after the sale. So let's just separate them. Any other activity to add here? Nobody's talking about finance and HR. And I'm combining them because, we're running out of space. But typically, you could go on and on and on. So for now, let's just stop here, okay? Just for the purpose of this session, you can.
Sorry, can I? Okay,
yes,
let's stop here.
Please go on. One more, please.
I was thinking of partnerships.
So partnerships as an activity, why don't you hold that? Just hold
key partners
and wait until we
get
to Thank you.
Yeah, I get.
So from key activities, the logical flow of thought is, so these are the activities that our business, let's call this, let me just change this to renewed or renew energies, something like that. Okay. This company has highlighted that these are the key activities that are required for it to be successful. Okay. The next logical question is, what are the key resources that are required for each of these activities? Which is why I said that this is actually the simpler part of the BMC. Once you can highlight what the key activities are, that's where the work is. You can just do you can think that the resources part is like a derivative of that part. So you can say, for sales and marketing, what do we need? We need salespeople, men and women, right? Maybe marketing people as well. For production, what do we need? We need factory floor staff, right? Am I making sense?
Yes, very much.
All right. For logistics, we need, let me just say, truck drivers, okay? For customer service, we need customer
care representative.
Thank you. Customer care reps. For after sales service, we need, well, you can kind of say that they're also reps, right? They're also customer care reps.
Yeah.
Finance, we need
Accountants.
and we need
HR professionals.
if this were a company that has a mobile app interface, then we would need
Tech developers, yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
that were the case, but that's not the case. So you see, so simple as like somebody I know likes to say, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
All right. So any question? Any additions?
It's possible that we might need servers.
A what? Say that again, Clinton.
We might need servers.
Servers. Explain.
Yes. You just mentioned if we have mobile app, if the company we have has a product like a mobile app, so if it is one that contains a lot of data, it's possible that we might need to
you mean something like cloud infrastructure, like the cloud server and stuff?
Definitely.
Okay, so this is not really a tech business, right? It may be tech enabled to a degree, but if you notice, I deleted the mobile app developers. I just mentioned it, just to say that if we were this type of company. So that's not necessary in this case.
Definitely.
All right, thanks a lot, Clinton. So partnerships. The next question again is, for these activities and these resources to run, and be provided for efficiently, what partnerships do we need? So, Mike, hot mics. Okay, let me help us with one. Is this company going to receive payments from customers?
Yes, so they need a payment gateway. Oh yeah, we've written that.
Or some kind of payments, partnership, right? Yeah. So what other type?
Yeah. They need partnership with logistics for delivery.
So this is where, again, you may discover that you've done something in one section and then need to go and edit it in another section. So what we did when we captured logistics here and truck drivers here, what we did was that we made an assumption that this company will be taking care of its logistics needs internally. But there's also a possibility that this company will say, man, we are going to be delivering 3,000 orders per day or per week. There is no way we want to get into the headache of managing a fleet of drivers, a fleet of vehicles, a fleet of logistics, partners and stuff, right? So they just say, let's find a logistics partner. Let's just go and sign an agreement with a logistics partner, maybe GIGM or Max Okada or one of these companies, and just sign up a partnership with them and let them take all of the logistics headaches away from us. If that is the case, then we would do this. We'll come back here because we've suddenly discovered that we don't want to capture this here. We'll take logistics out. Are we together, guys? And then we would place logistics here.
So we removed both the truck drivers and everything is totally outsourced.
Well, that's the assumption now. If we choose to say that in this company, we don't want to handle logistics internally. You do realize that there are some companies that maintain their internal fleet of trucks for delivery, or sometimes, delivery bikes, delivery motorbikes. Some people like to maintain those things internally. Some others like to say, look, I don't want to have that headache. Just find it, outsource it, and we'll pay them, per transaction or something like that. So the assumption in this case is that this company that we are building wants to outsource. So we made a mistake earlier by thinking that we're going to in-source it, and now we've chosen to outsource it. So we've taken it out of there. Does that make sense?
Completely.
All right. Anybody have any other opinion? Hey guys, you're not participating.
About that,
yes.
You're when you say logistics, that means the logistics you're talking about is supplying the end user, right? But internally, you probably still need to do some work on your end. Like you can't, the factory and the sales shop cannot be the same place. You probably move from a factory to a warehouse, then from a warehouse to a sales shop. And you would move at least from the factory to the warehouse by yourself. So you're not, what part of the key activities will you consider that? Because we capture customer service, sales and marketing, production.
So thank you very much for that. So look at what I'm going to do. Delivery logistics provider here, right? And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to introduce. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
What about supply chain management?
So technically speaking, everything we've described here kind of falls under SCM, right? So I would stay away from supply chain management just because it's rather broad. It encompasses everything we've described here and more. Supply chain management, inbound logistics, internal warehousing, outbound logistics, right? The entire chain. I would stay away from that kind of terminology because it's a bit broad, right? I would rather break it into the components like we've done here so that there's clarity. So we're saying here that what we're saying with the combination of Peace and Bode's inputs is that we want to take care of internal logistics and want to capture that as an activity. So here we have internal logistics. Here we have, I'll just call it internal truck drivers, just so that we have some degree of coherence. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Thank you. And then, so here we have delivery logistics providers. Bode, does that answer your question?
Very much, yeah.
Awesome. So, last one. Anybody have another type of partner in mind?
I feel we should partner with people that supply us raw materials for production.
Thank you. So, well, that depends. That depends. So, you want to think about if you can. So this question you've asked kind of makes us want to clarify what makes somebody a partner. Who is a partner, or what or who is a partner? And essentially, a partner is someone that complements you or your organization with some kind of capability that you don't have or you choose not to invest in. Okay, so for what you've described now, which is kind of like raw materials, inbound logistics, right? If we had a lot of cash on hand and we chose as a policy to pay for all our raw materials at source, then we may not see the people you just described as partners. We just see them as vendors, people who provide us inputs that we then process with other things and produce an output and sell to customers. But if for some reason we are able to appeal to them to give us goods, which we'll use for our production process, and pay at a later time, for instance, or pay with some comfortable payment schedule, then what we've done is that we have converted them from a vendor to a partner. Are we making sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Clinton, yeah. So in that context, I'm going to include it and say raw material vendors. Any opinions? Any other opinions? Oops. Let me do that. Hey guys. Okay.
Yeah, we're with you.
We can move on.
Okay. So we understand the concept of the key activities, the key resources, and key partners. All right. Take that out. The last thing then would then be the last section is segment 9, which is where the costs, which is the cost structure. So for cost structure, similar to how we dealt with the segments, right? The revenue segments, okay? We're going to think about what are the major things that we pay for, okay? So in this process, in these activities and these resources that we need to procure, what are the big cost headers? Now, this is not a detailed profit and loss statement or income statement that needs to be correct to the last number, to the last digit. It's just a big high-level estimate, similar to what we did here in the revenue stream section. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to say, in this place, as you can see, if you look at this resources section, salespeople is human resources, factory floor staff, human resources, internal trucks, human resources. In fact, everything here so far is human resources. Nobody mentioned factory, power, plant. Nobody mentioned those things, right? You know, technically speaking. So maybe a major cost header is rent at what could be a good rent figure? This is just estimate for the Nigerian situation.
Per annum.
Yeah, per annum, yeah.
Let's say 2 mil.
Oh,
Google
2 million naira land to rent.
20.
Say that again.
20 million. 20 million.
I mean, this is a factory, right? Why are you going to see 2 million? Hey, peace.
Oh, for the fact, I thought it was like for the office or something.
You are in the future. You're in the future. You have gone into the future when prices have come down.
So will it?
Slow down for the rest of us. All right. So cost header 2. Let's say payroll at. I'm just going to put a number on this and say, let's say you have a wage bill of 15 million per month. That looks like a 90 million naira per annum, 15 by 12. Oh dear. Oh dear. There's somebody that must not hear that I did 15 by 12 and got 90. All right. So give me another major cost header. We haven't talked about power costs, right? Whether that's diesel or grid energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to quickly round up. Okay. Power at, let's say that's another, could it be more than 50 million? It's a commercial rate, right? So let's put that at 50 million, just for discussion purposes. And then what else do we have? What else could be a cost header?
Cost of logistics.
Aha. So should we just say operations? Okay. Operations.
Yeah.
Okay. OPEX. Let me just call that OPEX, right? Operational expenses. And it's just a lump sum on your income statement. OPEX at, let's put that at another 100 million. What we have done is that, let me take this out so that it doesn't confuse us. What we have done is that we've just discovered that 20 and 180 is 200. 250 is 250, and then 100. This is a 350. Now, what we've just done, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have claimed to discover a business, we have discovered a business opportunity that could potentially make 1.37 billion naira per annum, while only requiring to spend 350 million. Is this a good business case?
Yes, I think.
Yes, the numbers look good. So yes, but would an investor not want to see more? Like, are there more ways to like trying to convince whoever is going to look at it? Because it's not so convincing saying payroll is 180. Then where do I see the numbers? How many staff? What staff is getting what? And all of that. Is there another document for that or something?
Beautiful question. Beautiful question. ideally you would have a financial model, right? So you wouldn't manufacture these numbers. We just use these numbers in the cost structure in this session because we're on a time session, we're on a live recorded session, right? But in reality, you would fetch these numbers from your financial model, which has your detailed projected income statement for 3 years, your detailed cash flow statement for 3 years, and it would be, so your 180 may end up being 540, right? You know, maybe for payroll. But that would be, it wouldn't be something that you are needing to defend because it came from a calculation. It didn't come the way we supplied it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. The second thing to say about that is, now this is the trick of pitching. Some people on this call will remember that I've said this to them sometime in the past. When presenting a document like this, right? In fact, whenever you are pitching to an investor, the key to investor success is to remember that that pitch does not get you the investment. The pitch gets you the follow-on conversation or the follow-on meeting that gets you the investment. So a document like this is meant to whet somebody's appetite and catch their attention. And then those questions you've asked are perfectly logical questions, and you should expect those questions, or you should expect the follow-on questions. So you should expect somebody to tell you, can I see your financial model after seeing this? Because the person knows that this is a one-page summary. There must be a lot of assumptions, decisions, and calculations behind this one-page summary that we've built today. Thank you very much. All right. So does that answer that question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Anybody else have another question or comments before we close this?
So I just wanted to add that it's a good thing that it's a working document. I mean, it's a living document. So whatever someone discovers, they can always go back to make changes, and it would always be iterated from time to time. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will. Adebayo, are you saying something? Okay, I thought that was your voice. Awesome. So, without much further ado,
I have something to say.
Gozier. Okay, Gozier, can we make that snappy? We're about to run out of time on the call. Can you?
Okay. Sorry, I just joined the meeting now. A friend of mine just sent me the link. Unfortunately, I joined late. I think you guys are around.
Can you raise your volume? Can you raise your voice? Can you raise the volume of your voice a bit?
Can you hear me now?
Better now. Yes, better.
Okay, can you hear me better now? Yeah, I said a friend of mine sent me this link. And I just joined now. I was even hoping that I would meet up, but I see I'm already behind schedule. And you guys are already rounding up. Is there any way I can get a review of whatever we've done today?
Oh, yes. If you go to YouTube and you type Idowu Akinde, you'll get on my channel. On that homepage, you will see a series of playlists. Dear Founder Season 1, Dear Founder Season 2, Dear Founder Season 3. Season 3 is all about this. Well, Season 3, Episode 5 is all about the introduction to this document that we went through today. And so in a few days, by this time tomorrow, you will see this session, this recorded session online. So you can go through it. Everything that we missed, you can replay it and enjoy that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Gozier.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I guess if there's no question, we can call it a day now. Thank you for tolerating my hallucinations. Thank you for taking the time to participate. I'll send everyone the link. As usual, you can get it on YouTube.
All right. Thank you, ID.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.